happens if you enroll in a Medicare supplement and later you want to change it? Will you have to answer health questions and go through medical underwriting? Hi there, if we haven't met yet, I'm Danielle Roberts, co-founder here at Boomer Benefits, where we help baby boomers with their Medicare Supplement, Advantage, and drug plan choices. If you've been wondering about changing your Medicare plan, you've come to the right place. In this video, I'll go over the rules for changing your Medicare Supplement and how certain states have more lenient rules than others. Stay tuned and I'll share with you how to get our Medicare Election Periods Guide so that you'll know which types of policies can be changed and when you need to change them each year. In today's video, I'll be talking about Medigap plans, which are also called Medicare Supplements. Different terminology, but the same thing. When you first enroll in Part B, you have a one-time 6-month window during which you can enroll in any Medicare supplement that you like in your area. We have a whole separate video about this open enrollment period here on YouTube, so you can watch that one after this to learn more. Once the 6-month window expires, it's gone forever for most people. After that point, if you want to change your Medicare supplement from one company to another, such as after a rate increase, you'll have to answer health questions in most states. Let's say you want to change from a Plan N to a Plan G for more coverage. You'll likely have to complete an application and answer health questions. An underwriter will review your application and decide whether to issue you a policy or decline your application. On most Medigap applications, there is usually at least one full page of health questions, and usually the carrier is looking to see that you're able to answer no to most or all of those questions. In many cases, if you must answer yes to one of the questions, your agent will advise you that you're not eligible for the policy and decline it at the agent level. You can apply to change your Medicare supplement at any time of year, but most people will only look at changing plans when they get a rate increase, which is usually around your policy anniversary. Medigap plans cover things like deductibles and copays, and Medicare increases the limits on those things every year. Since your Medigap policy will cover a higher deductible for you next year than this year, your rate for the Medigap policy tends to go up every 12 months. Don't forget that also healthcare services are subject to inflation like everything else, and this is another reason why rates go up. So again, you can apply to change your Medigap policy any time of year. There's no annual open enrollment for Medigap plans like there is for drug plans or Advantage plans. Let me restate this so I can be sure that you understand what I'm getting at. There is no annual open enrollment period for Medigap. In other words, in most states, there's no annual free pass into a Medigap plan without having to answer health questions. To change plans, you usually must go through underwriting, and this is something that many people get wrong. People mistakenly believe that they can sign up for any Medigap plan that they want during the fall open enrollment period and thereby avoid having to answer any health questions. This is just not the case, and the fall open enrollment period is for changing your drug plan or your Medicare Advantage plan. It actually has nothing to do with Medicare supplements. Now that we've explained the process to change, we should mention a couple of exceptions. In certain states, there are more lenient rules. For example, in Washington and Connecticut, there is a year-round open enrollment. You can change your plan at any time for any reason without underwriting. This is one of the reasons why Medicare supplements are so expensive in these states. There are also states like Oregon and California where there is a limited window of time each year where someone who is already enrolled in a Medigap plan can change to another Medigap plan of equal or lesser benefits with no health questions asked. You can read more about the rules in your state on our website where we have pages for each state that explain how plans work there. So when people are learning about these rules for Medicare supplement underwriting, they want to know about changing from a Medicare Advantage plan to a Medigap plan. If you enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan and a few years down the road you decide that you wished you'd stuck with original Medicare, you can certainly leave the Advantage plan during the fall open enrollment period and return to original Medicare. Now, can you get a Medigap plan to go alongside the original Medicare? The answer is that yes, you can apply for a Medigap plan, but there's no guarantee that you will be approved because, remember, you'll have to answer health questions and go through underwriting to get a new Medigap plan. There are also a couple of exceptions here. If you're losing your Medicare Advantage plan because you're moving out of the plan service area, you'll have a short guaranteed issue window where you can buy certain Medigap plans in your area without having to answer health questions. Here's another exception. If you tried a Medicare Advantage plan right out of the gate at age 65, and you decide in the first 12 months that you don't like it, you can return to original Medicare and get certain Medigap plans with no underwriting. However, if you try another Medicare Advantage plan again down the line, you will not have that same exception. You can only use it once in your lifetime. To learn about other possible exceptions like losing Medicaid eligibility, check with us here at Boomer Benefits and we can let you know if there are election periods that you might qualify for due to a special circumstance. So the moral of the story here, it's important to make a wise choice on your Medigap coverage up front because you may not be able to change it later on. Medigap plans do have rate increases annually to keep up with healthcare inflation, and every year we help thousands of clients change their plans without any problems. Many people can pass the underwriting, and the underwriting questions vary from insurance carrier to insurance carrier. If you're unsure whether you can pass underwriting and you want to check into it up front before you disenroll from other coverage, feel free to give us a call here at Boomer Benefits and we'll walk you through some of the health questions to help you get a better idea about your options. All right, folks, that's it for how to change your Medicare supplement. Do you have questions about changing your plan? If so, drop it in the comments below and we will answer. I also promise that I let you know how to get our election periods mini guide, and you can find a link in the notes below this video where you can get it for free. And finally, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, be sure that you do that before you sign off so that you'll always be notified when we put out a new video here on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.